Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Ray G, joined as always by my man Jay Rich, here to go through some trades brought to you by the Destination Devy patrons you see below, patreon.com/allgas. Jay, this is episode 2 of our trade show. We ran this last week, thought it was a good show, had a lot of good deals, and we got a lot more stuff happening this week. So let's not even waste time. People are here to see Dynasty trades. They don't want to see us. If you do want to see us, check us out Monday and Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern time on the Wake Up Show. We got other stuff dropping on the channel, YouTube Shorts, film sessions, patreon.com/allgas if you want your trade featured on the trade show, because we got a lot happening 24/7, 365 in our Discord. Jay, let's go ahead and get it cracking. I do not like looking at MFL trades, but because it's
I can't even read that.
It's my man Undertaker's Rico down here. Let's see what we have cracking right here. And this is 10-team PPR tight end premium start 10. We've got one side receiving Malik Davis, Breece Hall, James Robinson, Paris Campbell, and Devin Duvernay. And the other side of this 10-team Superflex tight end premium getting Dak Prescott, Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders, Rachaad White, Jerry Jeudy, and Laviska Shenault. Jay,
Is this a real trade?
This is probably not how we should have started this off with. Is this for real?
It seems for real. If you're telling me I'm giving up Breece Hall and you're giving me a whole roster, two running backs, a starting quarterback,
a starting receiver,
another potential starting running back in Rachaad White, like Jerry Jeudy, Visca, sure, I'll take him. Why not? He can be on waivers after the trade. Give me that all day. That's crazy.
This is
Dog Pound, patreon.com/allgas.
Oh man. Woof. This is awful. I didn't want to start off being negative, Jay. I don't care how good. And I love Breece Hall, but you literally traded in a super flex 10 team, Dak, Dalvin, Miles, Rachaad White, Jerry Jeudy for Breece Hall.
Crazy.
Yeah, I have not. This is no bueno.
Even with Dalvin being potentially on another team, Sanders probably a free agent. Like even just that him. Package for Dak Prescott and Jerry Jeudy, I'll take it. I really would.
Yeah. That's no bueno. Yuck. All right, let's go to a different trade. All right, here we go. We've got, what is the settings on this one before we pull it up? This is 10-team Superflex tight end premium. Jay, we've got Lamar Jackson and the 302 this year being acquired for Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, a pair of 5th-round picks, one in 23 and one in 24, and then a 25 4th rounders. So Lamar Jackson in the 302 or Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, a pair of 5ths and a 4th.
All right, so Ray, here's some context. Lamar Jackson is the 9th player on Keep Trade Cut QB7. Jalen Waddle is the wide receiver 6 at 15 overall, and Kyle Pitts, still surprisingly, the tight end 1, 26th overall. So you're trading the 9th overall player for the 15th overall player and the 26th. I think from a value perspective, in terms of Keep Trade Cut value, you are actually getting more from the Waddle and Pitts side, but you are trading away that quarterback, which is always tough. But even in a premium, Ray, even if it's a 1.5, if you have the quarterback depth, I don't hate this move. Waddle is a phenomenal receiver, will be for a long time. If everything hits for Pitts, you're probably smashing in terms of a win in this deal. But can you realistically give up Lamar Jackson with no quarterback coming back?
Would you do it?
I think that's the tough conversation.
You're making the case for Waddle and Pitts. Is that the side of the deal that you want?
You have to have the quarterback depth. Then I would consider it. If you don't, then there's no way.
Yeah, this is a big no for me. Give me Lamar Jackson in the 302. And I know for a fact that there's no player that I'm going to get at 302 that's better individually than Jalen Waddle and Kyle Pitts. What is this, 10-team Superflex tight end premium?
Does a 10-team move it for you, though? Because QB depth isn't as important in a 10-team. And having that top-end talent in a 10-team is important. So that may sway you a little bit. It may not. So my only question is, would you make it on the other side? You're saying would you trade Jalen Waddle and Kyle Pitts for Lamar Jackson in a 10-team Superflex tight end premium league? Because I don't think you would.
Well, I'm getting Lamar and I'm getting the 302, which in a 10-team, that really is the
210 maybe?
The 210?
The math is escaping me.
212? 212?
Yeah.
So you're still getting a quality, a top 25 player plus Lamar Jackson. I guess it does depend on your QB room. In a vacuum, without seeing the rest of that roster, I think I would still lean Lamar in the 302. I'm just not a big fan. In my personal way that I dynasty, I'm not a big fan of moving a quarterback and not getting quarterbacks back. That's just not how I like. Even if the quarterback in return is Brock Purdy or Andy Dalton or Ryan Tannehill, like I want a quarterback back every time. So I still think I lean Lamar in the 302 over Waddle and Pitts because that's really what it is. I don't care about those fifth rounders.
Let's quickly change the context. What if that quarterback was Deshaun Watson? Would you make that trade?
Oh, yeah, I'd make the trade, yeah.
Right? And that's a player who's lower valued. If Kyle Pitts was Deshaun Watson or Dak Prescott, or what if it was Daniel Jones? Because Daniel Jones is way down there. Yeah.
Daniel Jones and Jalen Waddle for Lamar?
Yeah.
Probably.
Because he's QB 13 on KTC right now. We're not doing it for 2. I already know that. But Dak is QB 11. I think we'd make that trade, right? You would tear down from Lamar, take Dak and Waddle.
Yeah,
right.
I would.
And so I think it's the Pitts and the not getting the QB back. I think from a value standpoint, looking Keep Trade Cut and how they value players, I think the value is good on that side, but it's not getting the QB back that really ruins that trade.
And I'm just going to say, if the premium ain't 2 points per reception, it doesn't move the needle enough for me. 1.5 tight end premium does not move the needle enough for me. I still don't know who the quarterback is in Atlanta. This is not a Travis Kelce level situation, I believe, with Kyle Pitts right now. So I'm still going to lean Lamar Jackson in 302, but I would like a little more context around this team build right here. All right, let's take a look at, 101. All right, so we've got a 12-team Superflex PPR. You only have to start 9. So right now at start 9, it's studs, stars, right? Joe Burrow and Alvin Kamara, or Derek Carr, Kenneth Gainwell, the 101 and the 107. So Bijan, Carr, Gainwell, and JSN, or Alvin Kamara and Joe Burrow. Start 9, 12-team Superflex PPR.
I think it has to be Joe Burrow. Ray, the question is Carr enough, knowing that we have no idea where he's playing next season?
And I have no idea what's going on with Kamara.
Yeah, I was going to get into how he's not a factor for me, like not a huge one, because he is indicted right now. We don't know how long he's going to be suspended for, what that's going to look like. We'll see. So I'm considering him. I'd compare him to Gainwell in terms of maybe. Would you put him over Gainwell? Just curious, like 1-to-1 right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's ahead of Gainwell.
Right. So, but again, you get Bijan, you get Carr, sure. 107, we talked about our mock today. You're probably getting a high-end wide receiver or a running back of your choice.
Mm-hmm. What if that's
I think for me, I think it just has to be a quarterback.
JSN,
not to give away Burrow.
Oh, man.
The value is okay. Like, I don't hate it, right? I don't mind. If you're telling me Carr's playing for the Jets, like, Carr's playing for the Jets,
Give me Burrow and Kamara. Give me Burrow and Kamara. Give me Burrow and Kamara.
You have to take Burrow.
It's Burrow and Kamara. I want Burrow, no doubt about it. Superflex start 9, no doubt Burrow's the best player in this deal, even more so than Bijan Robinson. And Kamara, until they tell me he's not playing for the season, I want him over Gainwell and, whatever player I'm getting at 107. Have no clue where Carr's going to be. Bijan's dope, but he's still a running back. Give me the quarterback, Joe Burrow. So Joe Burrow and Alvin Kamara, that's the side of that deal that I like.
Yep.
Ugh. Oh. Spicy.
Wow.
Spicy. All right. So we've got one side of the trade ledger receiving Deshaun Watson, DK Metcalf, 2 2024 first-round picks, and the 105 for Justin Jefferson and Justin Herbert.
God, Jay? That's a lot of value. Wide receiver 1, number 3 overall. QB 5, number 7 overall in Superflex.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 17,000 in KTC value.
Yep.
But you're telling me I get 3 firsts. I get the performance enhanced one, DK Metcalf, who I love. Everyone knows I love DK Metcalf, wide receiver 11, wide receiver 1, lock him in. And Deshaun Watson, who scares me, but I still like him.
What side do you
want?
Ray,
I think I want the package.
You want the package?
I think this is a fine sell on the package. I know you got to wait for those 224 first, but I think I'd be willing to accept the tear down and pray that Deshaun Watson is a top 6 quarterback again. And I think Jets to DK is big, but I don't think it's huge. It's big in terms of value, but production, I think it's a lot closer. Would you be willing to take the package as well?
So you can pray, and I'm just going to take for what's right in front of my face. I don't want to pray. Give me Justin Jefferson and Justin Herbert. I think for me to even move Jefferson, with those 2 first being, and we project mid to late, like I'm not going to say it's a top. If you're telling me those are the top 2 picks in the class, top 5 first-round picks, then that maybe it's a different conversation. But right now, projecting those to be mid to late, I think it would take all 3 of those picks and probably DK Metcalf for me to move off of Jefferson alone. And then I'd rather have Justin Herbert over Deshaun Watson 1,000 out of 1,000 times. So while the package may be attractive, I would give up all of that to get Justin Jefferson and Justin Herbert, to get the 2 J's. I would do it. To get the 2 Justins, I would give up 224 picks, the 105, which right now, we just did a mock on the Wake Up Show, is looking like Will Levis, DK Metcalf, and Deshaun Watson.
Or your wide receiver, running back of choice, right?
Sure, take a wide receiver or running back there. Give me Justin Jefferson and Justin Herbert on this side of the trade, Jay. And when I saw this, it was immediate for me. I was like, oh yeah, give me Jefferson and Herbert. You can take those 2 random 24 first. You can take my 105. You can have that DK. You can have that Deshaun Watson. I'm getting the wide receiver 1, a top 5 player in fantasy, and I'm getting a top 5 quarterback in Justin Herbert. Sign me up, Jay. Now, that's in Superflex. Oh, we did this whole
trade. It's 1
trade.
QB?
It's 1 QB.
Oh, then you got to take the package.
And so this was a good way to do this because we didn't even see the settings. Both 24 first are projected top 7 in a 12-team, 1 QB, PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes. All right, so we talked through this from a Superflex perspective. 1 QB with 2 top 7 picks, the 105, Metcalf and Watson. It is the package. It is the package. All right,
you need the depth, and you need the
you were
player.
right. You were right, and I was right. In single quarterback, I think you want the package, no doubt. Superflex, give me Herbert and Justin Jefferson. So there we go.
There you go.
All right.
Look at that.
Let's scroll back up in the chat.
Goat fraudulent one. Gabe Davis.
Let's get old goat rings up here. Gabe Davis and Isaiah Likely, or Jake Ferguson and Isaiah Spiller. How does goat rings? Even when the deal doesn't seem significant, goat rings finds a way. He just finds a way.
Yeah, I'll take Gabe Davis. I mean, he's fine. He's going to produce. And so, Ray, I think just curious your thoughts on this. Would you take Spiller over Davis? I think the answer is no. But no. I'm more curious. Would you take Isaiah Likely or Jake Ferguson going forward?
Likely.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I think I would take Likely over Ferguson as well.
I'm a big
Even if
Likely
Ferguson's
fan.
a starting tight end in Dallas, I still think I would take Likely over
Big
over
Likely
Ferguson.
fan. I think both of those tight ends in Todd Monken's new offense will be successful. We saw him operate with 3 tight ends at Georgia with Washington, Oscar Delp, and Brock Bowers. So with Mark Andrews and Likely, you could see just a heavy 2 tight end approach from Baltimore this year, especially with them lacking outside weapons and reports that they don't know if they can go get a number 1 wide receiver because they got to pay their quarterback. So however that goes, which is wild for me to even say that they said that. But yeah, give me Gabe Davis and Isaiah Likely over Isaiah Spiller and Ferguson. Like, I think Jake Ferguson is probably going to be the starting tight end. I don't believe Dallas is going to bring back Dalton Schultz. So I'm bullish on Ferguson, but they still have Peyton Hendershot. And Isaiah Spiller, what's he going to do? Is he going to get an opportunity to run that Josh Kelly role this year? We'll see. But right now, it's easy. Gabe Davis, Isaiah Likely for me. So let's continue to scroll up in our Discord, patreon.com/allgas. Get your trades. What are we doing here?
Is that Antonio Brown?
That's Antonio. So let's go back to, that's Alex again. It's 1 QB. Let's go somewhere else. All right. Terry McLaurin, the 108 and the 208 for Jamison Williams, the 202, the 307, and the 401. No kind of context here. Would you rather have McLaurin, the 108 and the 208, or JMO, the 202, the 307, and the 401?
Ray, am I crazy for wanting McLaurin?
No, because that's the side
Wide
that
receiver,
I want.
wide receiver
That's the side that I
29.
want.
Bieniemy's number one wide receiver. I like J-Mo. He's a top 50 player in terms of value, but you're telling me I'm getting a first and a second for it's still, I guess, a high second.
Yeah,
but I'm taking
second.
McLaurin. McLaurin's a 1,000-yard receiver, could have double-digit touchdowns. Sam Howell can maybe send him to the moon. I like J-Mo, but it doesn't make sense to not take McLaurin here for me.
I'm with you. Give me Terry McLaurin, the 108 and the 208.
You could draft Jalen Hyatt, and he's the next J-Mo in the draft with the 108. Easy.
Yeah, you could. Or Quentin Johnston or Addison or whoever may fall, and then you still have a 208. You're giving up age with McLaurin to J-Mo, and I believe J-Mo's probably valued higher on keep trade cut than Terry McLaurin, but production-wise,
by about 30 points.
Yeah, I think Terry McLaurin's going to outproduce Jameson Williams. I mean, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's whoever Jared Goff wants to throw the ball to. Give me Terry McLaurin, the 108 and the 208. I like that deal for actually Yagoos.
Savvy move, actually.
Yeah, it is pretty savvy. Pretty savvy. I like it a lot. Alex just loading us up with the trades today. Where do we want to go? Here's just a simple one, Jay. 112 or Alvin Kamara?
112.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 112 pretty easy. And you could get a running back, right? Yeah. I love Kamara, but when you took him last year, you're praying he didn't get suspended, and he didn't, so you live to see another day, but it's looking more and more like he's probably going to get suspended potentially this season. So that's kind of the big problem for me there. And I think we did the mock today. You could get a running back at 112 that could kind of replace his production to some degree pretty easily.
All right, let's get to the
youth aspect.
Let's get to some other players, right? Not any, Alvin Kamara's or Justin Jefferson's here, but we've got Tony Pollard, Sky Moore, and the 308 being acquired for Drake London, Ty Chandler, and a 24 third. So essentially, Tony Pollard, Sky Moore, and 308, or Drake London.
I'm taking Drake London. I don't think it's even that close. I like Sky Moore. I think people will be in on him. I think there'll be a lot of value ascension throughout the offseason. Tony Pollard will be great for one season. After that, I don't know. I just love what I saw from Drake London this season. I think it's only going to get better. I think he's going to continue to be the wide receiver one in the offense. Ray, is there any reason why you wouldn't take Drake London here?
No. Drake London for me. Doesn't matter the
12
format.
on KTC right now.
Unless it's standard scoring and the bumps are for the running backs, I think Ty Chandler's just a throw-in piece. The 24 third, not a premium pick, but you start acquiring those mid-round picks next year. It's something. I do think Sky Moore is going to have a better second season than he had his rookie year. I don't think he has the type of upside that Drake London possesses. And Tony Pollard's going to be good for fantasy. We know that, right? Wherever he's at, whether that's Dallas or elsewhere, Tony Pollard's going to be good. But in a vacuum, without settings, without roster, if you're just asking me what side of the trade ledger I would rather have, it's Drake London pretty easily for me, Jay. Pretty easily for me. Give me Drake London. Oh. Let's have a little conversation. A little Devi talk here. Little Devi talk. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, wow.
Boy.
So we have Marvin Harrison Jr. and the 106 this year, or Justin Fields in the 501. Marv and Harrison Jr., or potentially Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Jahmyr Gibbs, or Justin Fields, Jay. Marv, for those who don't know, is I'm just going to say it right now, he is the wide receiver one in 2024. He is going to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft next year, probably a top 5 pick.
Top 5 pick,
Could be one of the highest wide receivers ever drafted in NFL history. Marvin Harrison Jr. and the 106 or Justin Fields, Jay. This is an interesting one because it's not just players. This is not
interesting, man.
It's not just the players. It's the value of what you can get for some players.
It's time too.
Okay,
you get nothing from Marv this season. 0. But Ray, I think you're getting a top 5 receiver next year. And I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
He will be valued as a top 5 receiver.
Correct.
Quick question for you. How many players currently in college, including the rookies, would you take, like incoming rookies, would you take over Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I wouldn't take any receiver over him for sure. I wouldn't take any running back over him.
Including Bijan Robinson.
Bijan's probably the only one because his market value right now is so high. That'd be the only one from all years, 2023, 2024, 2025. I'm not taking any receiver, not taking any running back outside of Bijan Robinson. And that's even, I'm still kind of maybe, right? And then quarterback-wise, I wouldn't take any of these quarterbacks over Marvin Harrison Jr., none of them in 2023. Yeah. And then in 2024, Caleb and May, I would probably select ahead of Harrison. So maybe 4 players or 3 players, maybe. Bijan, Caleb, and May. Those 3, maybe. And then it's Marv for me.
And keep trade cuts in lockstep. The only players they have over Marv are Bijan and Caleb Williams, right? And we come from a super flex lens. May is a very, very highly touted top quarterback for us next season. And it sounds absolutely nuts, but I think I would take Marvin the 106. I think if you're telling me I'm getting Marvin Harrison Jr., who got robbed this season for the Blitnikoff, absolutely robbed. Yeah. He is the best receiver in college, and it's not even close. People talk about Jamar Chase and how highly touted he was. It's not even the same for me. It's not even close. Marv will be the highliest touted receiver since like Calvin Johnson. The highliest. That's how high we're talking here. But is it insane to take him over Fields? And that's the only conversation. Because you look at Bijan, he's valued as a first round pick in startups. I don't think Marv's going to be a first-round pick in startup because he's not a quarterback. He's going to be a second-rounder.
Yes.
Drake London was almost a second-round pick in startups, and he's not as highly touted, even close to as highly touted as Marv will be. Marv will be a top 10 pick, and he's already viewed, like you said, as a top player. Not wide receiver, player, period.
Yeah.
I think the sell high on Fields is not insane, but I don't know if I could do it. But I think we laid out the case as to why you might want to.
At 106, say this is Marvin Harrison Jr. and A-Rich or Fields.
Then it's worth it. But I don't. Again, we've talked about it. You're looking at probably Levis, and that's it at quarterback at 106.
Man, you might sneak A-Rich in there.
You might. But you're probably looking at Levis, and I think that makes us very uncomfortable, right? Yeah. And where we're like, maybe not. But I just need to say it's not crazy because Fields could regress a little bit. Like he's valued as the 12th overall player on KTC, QB 8. We know he can run, but can they develop him, get him weapons, all these things? That's the conversation. And you don't need to develop or get any weapons for Marv. He is going to be phenomenal regardless of where he plays, and he will be drafted very high.
Derrick Henry or the 112?
112. I love Derrick Henry, but I just can't do that.
All right, wrap it. Okay, last one. Let's take a look at Berserkers, right? 12-team Superflex. Start 2 tight end, and it's a premium, right? So we've got Jamar Chase, the 301, and a 24 third, or Josh Allen, and a 14th round startup pick. So these are startup picks, I'm assuming. Yes.
Yeah, they're startup picks. And then 1402, like, I don't know. That's equivalent to a third. I would take Josh Allen.
Yeah.
In a Superflex league, you're taking Josh Allen over Jamar Chase all day, every day. 2/3 doesn't move the needle for me to go from Chase to Allen.
And one of the thirds is a future. One of the thirds is a future, and then you get the 301. Yeah, I think I want Josh Allen. Josh Allen. That's somebody just said it. Lombardi Lenny, that's a cheap Josh Allen. Yeah, give me Josh Allen on that side of the trade for sure. Jay, I think. Oh man. Okay. Whew.
4 first. Ooh, man.
So Joe Burrow in the 208. This is the last one. Joe Burrow in the 208 or the 102, the 108, the 112, and a 24 first. This goes to 4 first you were asking for. Joe Burrow, and we're going to assume this is Superflex, right? If it's 12 teams, start 11, best ball, 6 point per passing touchdown.
Okay, best Ray, ball. Question. So we're taking our QB of choice here.
Yes, you are. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, A-Rich, whoever you want.
I think I want the package.
And then, so you get A-Rich, you get Bryce Young.
I get Bryce Young, or I get any quarterback, QB of choice. I probably get a running back, a receiver,
a wide receiver,
and a 24 first. Yep.
or Joe Burrow?
I don't hate it. I love Joe Burrow, but in a best ball, I don't mind that.
It's a lot of darts.
I think you got to have a quarterback to make that move. Like, you got to have a stud. We like to have two studs in our builds. It's not necessarily how I would build, but if you really like a Bryce Young or a CJ Stroud, I think this is a good trade because they're not going to be duds. They just may not be Joe Burrow.
Jay, I don't think it's enough, man. I don't think it's enough.
And so I'm with you on that. I don't hate that proclamation because if I have Joe Burrow, I am not trading him. But the question remains is like, okay, that's great, but what would you need to trade for Joe Burrow? Because I'm already giving you an early first. So I'm already giving you, like we already talked about today.
I need 102, 105, and then the 108. I don't need 102, 108, 112.
We did a Would You Rather, right?
Yes.
Earlier. I think we did this on the show.
We did it on Wake Up Show.
We did on Wake Up, right? We talked about we would take Bryce, Stroud, A-Rich over Tua, over Lance, maybe not over Daniel Jones, but they're right in that range, which is right around QB 12 to QB 15. So you're getting not quite a QB1, a back-end QB2 in terms of value. And you're getting 3 other picks to get your choice of a wide receiver.
But listen to what I'm saying. I get that. I need these picks to be higher. I need it to be 102, 105, 108, not 102, 108, 112.
You need to try and get 2 quarterbacks.
I would prefer that, or at least a higher asset than the 112 and the 108.
So do you think there could be the case that you could trade the 112 or the 108 for another quarterback to kind of solidify your QB room a little bit if you're moving on from Burrow?
So if you told me at 102 I take Bryce, 108 I trade that straight up for Daniel Jones, 112
or even
I take
112 you trade for Kirk Cousins, and you keep 108.
Okay.
Right.
Whew.
You trade your 24 first for Jared Goff. And you keep all your first this year, and you get your back end first picks that you want.
Young, Cousins, and a receiver for Joe Burrow and the 208.
So my only contention point, right, is I think you could work with those picks. They're not. I know you don't want all those darts, but it doesn't mean you got to use all those darts when you trade for them. It's interesting.
The 24 first, likely the 101.
Dude, I mean, if you're telling me I'm probably getting Marvin Harrison Jr., Brock Bowers, like any of those guys, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Trayvon Henderson.
Maybe this is for
If you're telling me it's a top 6 pick, you're probably gonna be pretty happy with that.
It's a lot of picks. Interested, it's start 11, so it's deep.
And it's best ball.
It's deep. All right, Jay. There we go. We'll see what the commenters say on that one. That's a good way to end the show. So if you want access to the trade channel, I think there was stuff posted as we were doing the show. Let's see what got dropped. Yeah, as we're doing it. it's trades coming in constantly, 24/7, 365. Link down below, patreon.com/allgas. Jay, make sure you tell people to check out the newsletter and the podcast feed, right?
Yeah. Gotta check out the newsletter. That drops every Friday. And then what else, Ray? Anything else we got going on this week?
Nothing, man. I think we're good, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Roll the outro. Wow, peace. Before y'all close off of the video, I just want to say thank you for checking out the content on Destination Devy. Really appreciate every single view that we get. And the only thing that I ask is that you hit the thumbs up button, like the content, subscribe to the channel, and if you can, comment below for the algorithm. Really helps the channel grow. Now, if you want more exclusive access to me and the entire Destination Devy team, patreon.com/allgas gives you that access. Now, if your money's a little funny, we do have free content for you. Make sure you subscribe to the All Gas newsletter. There's a link in the description of this video below, and subscribe to the Destination Devy podcast radio feed, where we got all types of shows hitting airwaves every single week. Now, I'm about to let y'all into my home right now so you can see my setup in my media room. You are watching this on my brand new Epson Epic Vision Ultra LS800 projector. Epson came into your boy's crib and hooked me up with this brand new projector in 120-inch Silverflex screen, free of charge. And I'm telling you right now, this has completely changed the way that I watch movies, that I watch sports, that I game. If you want a setup like this that takes up absolutely no space at all, there's a link in the description below. Click that or visit epson.com/wake up to completely change the way that you watch sports, Go big, go epic, go Epson, baby. Now y'all can get out of here. I appreciate y'all tapping in. It's all gas all the time. I love y'all. I'm out of this thing. Peace.